This whole entire look stopped me in my tracks. I'm obsessed with her face. I'm obsessed with the makeup. I'm obsessed with the outfit, and the call to death becomes her. I actually have the little vial tattooed on me. So in this video today, I'm gonna walk you through recreating this makeup look. If there's one thing I wish that more people knew when they were doing their makeup, especially when you're looking at a photo and you're trying to recreate it and it just feels like it's going wrong and you just don't know what you're doing, it's that it is not your products, and it's technically not even your technique. It's 4 really simple decisions that happen before you even sit down to think about like the products you want to use for it. So while we recreate this makeup look, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the things that are actually missing from your makeup routine. If you're new here, hi, my name is Miss Megan. I've been doing makeup for 15 years. 13 of them I worked for MAC. So when I say that I know people's struggles when it comes to doing their own makeup and not knowing where to start, not knowing what to do, and coming up against all these things and being overwhelmed on the internet, like, trust me, I've seen it all. And I say this with pride and a lot of confidence, but I ran the numbers one day, and this is on the lower end of it because it only includes when I was physically just working at the store. I have worked and put makeup on over 67,000 different faces, different skin tones, different hair colors, different eye colors, different skin problems, different needs and wants, like literally different everything. That's why I answer and speak with such confidence in what I'm talking about, because I have spent so much time with you guys. So if you want to learn a little bit more about how to do this Jenna Ortega look, please keep on watching. Oh, and we love a blonde brow. I love a blonde brow. Okay, we're gonna actually start with that first. I did one video on TikTok about my blonde brows. I wish I bought these sooner. I wish that I bought these sooner. These are the Danessa color fixes, and this is in nude 3 and nude 1. Baby, in the eyebrows. Is that in focus? My favorite brush to use is this by Delium Tools. Why can't I say that? 729 Bent Lash Fan Brush. Spectacular. I like to mix a little on the side of my thumb, basically. And look at that. The tone of nude 3 is just so incredible that it just gives you the most perfect, I might look crazy to you right now, but it will look really good. The most beautiful blonde brow. Get out of town. So something I realized after doing makeup for so long and like working on other people, that especially when like the internet started to pop off, people were coming in, especially now with TikTok and attention spans being so short and people wanting things like extremely fast. Even the process of asking people questions about how they wanted their makeup done became more difficult because people were like, just do it, or just like tell me how to do it, or just tell me what the product is that looks like this. But I'm like, there's things that have to happen before if you want to truly execute something well. I have a bunch of one-to-one clients that I work with virtually, and in some cases, it's not even their technique. Like I mentioned at the beginning, for that placement, your brush is way too big. It is too large. So that thing you're trying to achieve that you technically have down, you're using the wrong size brush. I'm gonna go into 24-hour eye base. Okay, so one of my new favorite discoveries, this was sent to me. I'm so obsessed with it, but the way that I like to use it is kind of like a mixing medium. And so I actually like to prep my eye area with it for when I work with the cream clay shadows from Mauve. There's also the Dame palette from MAC Pro that would work for this look too. I love this. I love this palette. Maybe I'll use a combination. Well, maybe that actually is too bright of a blue. Maybe I just changed my mind. Okay, well, there's the Mauve colors available, because like I don't know if you can get this or not. I even remember back when I was like learning how to like teach myself how to do makeup, and sometimes I would spend so much time like working on a specific like area or specific technique that I wasn't factoring in like what it would take to do an entire face. So when it came down to, you know, the next day of, okay, well, I'm gonna put that technique to the test that I learned, but I was like, oh, how do I put this into a full face? And that's kind of probably what's happening to some of you guys too, because I like to call it like paint by numbers tutorials, where everything is the same step. Everything just keeps going. You do this, 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 and then boom, beautiful face. But oftentimes, and from when I'm talking to people so much, it's not always actually turning out either like what the look was, or something went really wrong in one area, or worst case, you wipe some of it off to start again, or you just like gave up. This is just a really old brush from like Crown Brushes at IMATS. This was probably like $1.50, and I bought this in 2014. So that was Impossibly Feline. I've never read the names of these. Take Me Out, Here's My Number, Impossibly Feline, Damned If I Do, Turn Off the Lights, You and Only You. That is sexy. I'm actually gonna use the same brush and just keep building with this. And what I eventually, oh, I love this step, especially when it comes to customizing things for people, whether it was like in person or virtually, or just executing a makeup look. There is actual like structure that's required to execute every single makeup look, regardless of what you look like, what your features are, what your skin tone is, what your eye color is, if it's 5-minute glam, if it's 15-minute glam, if it's a full face, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter. That's all part 2 of executing makeup look. Versus part 1 is the core 4 things that you need. Am I gonna do this whole look with cream eyeshadow? Perhaps. I'm just building in, no, I need a smaller brush. I'm just building in the gray. No, I'm gonna use powder too. I'm gonna use Night Swim liquid eyeshadow from Melt, and then a Melt 26 detail brush. I ran out of my brush stroke liner and I keep forgetting to buy it, and so I'm just using this. I'm actually going to create a seal with the Danessa spray. Like the 4 things that everybody needs, they aren't product, not a trend, it's not a technique. It's actually just choices you have to make before you ever sit down to do your makeup, or just before you sit down to do your makeup. And you already use them, and you probably already consider them, but you just don't know that you're using them wrong. And when you adjust one, it changes your whole makeup look. And when you are using them correctly, that's how you can always guarantee like balance and cohesive makeup. I sort of touched on one of them already, which was Focal Feature, and that is in a different video where I redid the Doja Cat MAC campaign look. Because if you don't know what you're focusing on in the makeup look, that's where everything becomes so like noisy, and just there's your brain and your eye like doesn't know where to look. So before we move on, if anything that I've said has like piqued your interest and you're like, oh wow, I've never thought of makeup this way, this is so interesting, like I need to learn more, you're in luck, because on September 25th, I'm gonna be doing a free makeup assembly, which are my live group sessions on my free Skool platform. I'm gonna actually take you guys through what the 4 things are. Learn a little about Focal Feature, but I'm gonna be going in deeper about all 4 on September 25th. So you absolutely do not wanna miss out on this. Your makeup game will change forever. So make sure you hit the link in my description to join my free Skool community where it will be hosted, so you do not miss out. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna darken everything with powder after. For the waterline, that needs to be sharpened. What is this? Peach? Ivory. This is Ivory pencil from Melt. And even when we just talk about like my content, for anybody that's been watching me for a while, you're watching TikToks, you've been watching YouTube videos, all of the 4 are actively happening as you're watching the makeup go on. You just haven't been taught them yet. And then once you apply that with something like my layer logic method, like how I do makeup, you're unstoppable now. I'm gonna take these shimmery shades and I'm just gonna pop this on the inside corner. She has a little bit of a highlight in there. And then to darken the shadows, I'm actually gonna use my contour palette, and I'm gonna use the gray inside here. I'm gonna use the brown inside here. And I feel like I just need this to be like a smidge darker. So I'm taking Print, use a Mirror Megan. I took up a little bit of Print and Cozy Gray. Again, I need it darker on me. I'm gonna go in with Coquette in here. And I'm just gonna tap on a little bit of the blue again from the beginning. And then I'm gonna take Carbon, which is just black eyeshadow. Gonna curl the lashes. And then I'm gonna do, this is MAC Stack Elevated. If you've never watched me before, I use the same makeup almost every single video. For my skin, I'm gonna take the Sensual Skin Enhancer from Kevyn Aucoin. I'm gonna mix it with the Silky Radiance Primer. And I'm gonna work this throughout the center. Skin's pretty simple looking. I'm just gonna hydrate this with Magic Radiance Fix Plus. I'm going to brighten the center of the face. This is the Studio Finish Concealer palette. I'm not gonna do too much under the eye either. Man, I love these concealers. I'm gonna go right into the cheek with Deep Golden in the Suntruck bronzer. And this is a MAC 187. Do a little on the sides. And I'm actually gonna sneak in a little bit in here. Just a little on the sides here. Okay, maybe a smidge under the eye. Yeah, because she's actually quite bright under the eye now that I look a little deeper. I'm gonna lighten my brows as well, actually. I'm gonna lighten my brows a little bit more with just Nude 1. I'm gonna do my nose just a little bit more. She has freckles. So I'm just gonna add color there. And then I'm gonna set the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is the talc free one. I've been trying it out for like 2 weeks. I really enjoy it. So what I'm going to teach you at that makeup assembly, you basically just witnessed the 4 in action without knowing it. So if you want to go more in depth on what the 4 most important makeup steps are, make sure that you hit the link in my description and join my free Skool community so you do not miss out on September 25th when I host that call. Last night, the lip to me looked more like Soar lipstick, but now it really looks like Marrakesh. But I also feel like, oh, that's actually a lot more brown. It's a little too brown. Okay. Marrakesh with a little bit of brown, I think. Yeah, with like Reap. Okay, into it. I'm gonna take a little bit of MAC Lip Erase in light neutral. And then this is Reap, which is a new unearthly lip pencil. I wanna mix in Auburn, but I can't find it. So I'm gonna mix in a little bit of Bad Blood from Unearthly. And then I'm gonna take Marrakesh. Oh, you know what I should have done? Actually, now that I think about it, that's really pretty though, is put Marrakesh over top of that cream shadow. I think I can still kind of work it in. Yeah. They're so thin that again, you get more of that like tint. I have to switch to a MAC lip pencil. They're just, I do really enjoy the unearthly lip liners, but they're, oh, this lip is so good. There is something about the crispiness, the waxiness of a MAC lip pencil that will always be superior. I'm just taking Chestnut. Oh. See, my gut instinct is usually right. I'm just taking a little bit more Marrakesh. Oh my God, I never thought, obviously this is with the brown. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, put more lipstick on. Oh my goodness. Me, oh my. And then I'm just gonna finish with the Danessa spray. Just be careful in your hair because it feels like a texture spray. Oh, don't even tease me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the link in my description so you do not miss out on my free makeup assembly on September 25th. We're gonna be walking you guys through the core 4 things that you need in every single makeup look. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. You are always up to date on Miss Megan things. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.